Alright, so question here from 20F. We'll start with 11B first of all. Consider this function f of x, or f is a mapping of x onto the point x divided by the square root of 2 minus x. Show that the derivative is equal to this. What sort of rule am I going to need to use to do the derivative here? Well, I've got a function of x on top and a function of x on the bottom, so we are of course thinking about the quotient rules. Let's go ahead and start doing our quotient rule. I'm going to let u equal x and v equal 2 minus x to the power of a half, because remembering the square root is a power of a half. We can now find u dash very easily. U dash is just 1. V dash is going to be derivative of the outside of the brackets, so it's 1/2. Whatever's inside the brackets to the negative 1/2. Okay, and that's 2 minus x that was inside there. Got to multiply by the derivative of the inside of the brackets, which is negative 1. So v dash ends up being negative 1 over 2 square root of 2 minus x. The negative power means I put it in the denominator, and the half means it's a square root. It's just a little bit easier to work like that. You can keep it in index form if you would rather. What's the other thing I need? I need v squared. Well, squaring a square root. V squared is just 2 minus x. This shouldn't be too bad. So therefore, f dash of x, what's it equal to? It's equal to u dash v. So that's just the square root of 2 minus x. That's v. U dash, of course, was 1. Minus u, which is x, times v dash. So it's negative x, because I've got the 1 on top. So x times negative 1 is negative x over 2 square root of 2 minus x, all divided by v squared, which is 2 minus x. Clearly, what we don't like here is I've got a denominator there, and it's part of a larger fraction. So I want to get rid of that little denominator there. What am I going to multiply by? Well, I need to multiply by 2 times the square root of 2 minus x. If I'm doing that to the top to make sure I've got an equivalent fraction, I need to do that to the denominator as well. Once you've identified that, it's going to be pretty easy to see how this simplifies. So, first of all, this term is going to multiply the square root of 2 minus x. Well, square root times the square root, they're going to cancel each other out, and that's just going to become 2 minus x. So I've got 2 times 2 minus x. That's pretty good. Minus negative, okay, so minus negative becomes plus, and then this denominator's cancelling with that term, isn't it? So it's just going to be plus x there. That's actually made it a lot nicer, hasn't it? The denominator's cancelled, negative 1 times negative x is positive x. In the denominator of the entire fraction, I've got a 2. Now I could try and start multiplying it by the 2 minus x, but if you look at the 2 minus x, you can see there's a 2 minus x under the square root sign here, and I need to end up with 1/2. Let's just leave that 2 on its own. How many 2 minus x's have I got? Here I've got 1. The square root is the same as a half, so when I add the powers, that should be 1/2, which is of course 3 over 2. We're nearly done. Expand the bracket. 4 minus 2x plus 1x is just minus x. So it's 4 minus x over 2 times 2 take x to the power of 3 on 2. And we have shown what we needed to. I hope that helps. I'm going to come back and make another video to do question 12. See you then. Cheers.